Hello, I just popped in to share with you some of my favourite books about time management and productivity. Getting Things Done is a real classic. It's by David Allen. And if you've researched time management at all, you probably know about this book already. It's definitely worth revisiting though. It's a great read. It contains lots of really useful tips, especially if you're feeling overwhelmed with stuff and with bits of paper. So that's that one, Getting Things Done. And I read this one recently. It's called 18 Minutes by Peter Bregman. And again, lots of really interesting tips. I learned so much about productivity from reading this book. Some things that you can apply straight away, some things you might just want to leave because they're not for you. But you will pick things up as you read this book, so it's really useful. This one, Miracle Morning, well, this has become really popular amongst its advocates. It talks about getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning and gives you a range of things to do during that time. Now, I read it, and I read it in conjunction with Deep Work by Cal Newport. Which talks about focus time. Now, some of it I didn't implement, but I did start to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to do my writing, and I found that that was a really good time for me to do it. I don't do it every day, but I do it quite often. I was already used to getting up at 5 because we had a small child, so I kind of already knew what 5 o'clock looked like. If you're thinking 5 o'clock, wow, isn't that just for farmers and nurses and doctors? Or maybe it's not for you, but I was already used to it, so I think that helped. So I recommend that because you might get something from it. It might just be that you discover there is an optimal time and space for you during the day. It might not be first thing in the morning, but it might make you realise the importance of that, which is why I recommend this one. And this one, again, full of lots of really useful advice. It's called How to Be a Productivity Ninja by Graham Alcott. It goes into loads of detail and gives you loads of tips, particularly about productivity rather than managing your time and the concept of time management. But if that's what you need, especially if you're working in a job rather than working for yourself, then this is a good read. And here's the one that I wrote. It's called A Small Steps Guide to Goal Setting and Time Management. And in it I try to get across the concept that you can take any goal or any ambition, any dream, any task and break it down into small steps until it suddenly becomes manageable, until you can imagine how you would achieve that goal. I've written it to be pragmatic, practical, straightforward. I've also reviewed some of the top time management techniques in a chapter in there so that you can glean some of those ideas without actually going and doing the research yourself, because I've done it for you. So that's my Small Steps Guide. It's the original Small Steps Guide. I've written a few since, but this is the first one, and it's published by Emerald Press here in Brighton. So here they are, some books on time management that I recommend to you.